Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today is the day 2 of front-end development course by Tech Octanet Services, and we have our instructor Shubhranshu with us. So, shall we start, Shubhranshu?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome back, guys, to the day two of this front-end development workshop. So yesterday we have completed the HTML part. So today we'll going only one part was left. I think the form part. We will continue the form part in the JavaScript session because in the JavaScript session there is the form validation part. You no some the form validation part is there inside the javascript part, so we'll go through that form part in the javascript session. That will be very much easier for you to understand. Okay, so for today's part we will go for the css. See, css in itself is a very much bigger in domain. Okay, you have to we cannot cover the whole css uh, in a 2 hour long workshop, but we'll try to get into all the things that are there. I cannot teach you all the types of attributes that are there inside the, or all the type of property that are inside the css, but I will go to the each and every part that is in the css, what we can do in the css. Okay, so let's start this session. Okay. Uh, so CSS stands for cascading style sheets. So what does mean? What did you mean by cascading? Style sheets on we can relate that there is something related to style. Cascading means like one after another. Okay. So yesterday we have see the how CSS beautify the but beautify a website. So uh, the css is only responsible for the ui and ux of a website. If you are good in css, then you can build a very good website and which will have a very good ui and ux. So css is very much important in the ui and ux designer part. So let's start. uh, So why CSS? I've already told it. The CSS part is important to beautify a website. No one will look into the website that we have created yesterday, that are simply looking like this. No one like to go to a site that is looking like not looking like better. Okay, someone the user will go to a website that will have a better user experience and better UI UX. So we have to develop we have to use css in, inside the html files to create a very good ui ux part and to create a very good website. So this is the part why the uh, css is required for us. So let's start the html id and class attributes. So uh, where is the okay, we'll go to the whiteboard. Start. One second, it is loading. Yes, there. So we'll draw. Yes. As you all know that the HTML file is consist of the HTML tag is wrapped up within the HTML tag, closing opening tag, then the closing tag, and inside that there is the head part and the body part. And the head part is contains the data about the website, and body part contains the data about the data that are we want to show it in our website. So for each tag, I will say for each tag there is a class name, there is a class attribute. We can provide a class attribute to each tag. Okay, so we can provide a class attribute to each tag. So what does this class means? Anyone who have studied the object oriented concept, oops program concepts, he can relate to the class things. So class is like a blueprint of many objects. For example, I will create a Maruti car. Okay, so Maruti car is a class. So all the cars that are built like that car are the objects. Okay, but the whole the all car are looking like same, so these are comes under one particular class, that is the Maruti car. So that particular thing comes as a class, or we can say a blueprint, and the uh, replica of that things are called the objects. Okay, so if we want to declare some tags, for example, we have seen in yesterday class the h1 tag and the h2 tags. So if I want to define the h1 tag and the some tag, for example h1 tag and h2 tag as a same property, to define same property to h1 and h2 tag, I can define a class name to both these tags, which will have the same name. I'll show you. For example, this is the yesterday part, the second day two part. Now will I create? Let's create index.html. Okay. Then adding the boilerplate template. After this, I will create an h1 tag. In the h1 tag itself, I will give a class attribute, and the class attribute I will give h first class. H1 is first class equals to first. Then create another h2 class, h2 tag. Inside the h2 tag, I am written nothing. Uh, Hello. Then inside the h2 tag, I will define the same class to this h2 tag also. So first, so the functionality that will define to this first class will also apply to the this one and this one. Okay, so this is the class attribute. Then comes the ID. The ID attribute specifies a unique ID of HTML. As you all know, ID means unique. Everyone has a unique ID, unique roll number, unique employee ID, unique registration number. These are unique. So these are the IDs are unique. Like here, the class can be same, but can the ID can be same? No, cannot provide same ID uh, to different HTML elements. But if you write HTML will never give you an error. I forgot to tell you a interesting thing. HTML is the only language which will not give you error, and this is one of the disadvantage of HTML, I will say, because when you are writing any code in C, Java, C++, Python, whenever you will do a mistake, you will get a error. Then you will get to know that yes, my program has an error in it. But when you are writing HTML and you committed some error, the HTML will never give you an error. Okay, HTML will never give you an error, and this is one of the biggest disadvantage of HTML. So you cannot find that error at which particular line the error is there. You have to manually check each line, and every line you have to inspect that element in the website. Then only you can get where the error is. Okay, so HTML is the language which will not give any error. So for example, if I am writing id equals to 1, and here the id equals to 2, so these are only the properties now. So let's load the page. It's coming, nothing is showing error. But uh, when we I will inspect, I think it must show. That is not showing. Okay, so the error is not showing. But when you will use JavaScript here, okay, when you will use JavaScript here, and using the same ID to both the HTML elements, then you will get uh, error. You are not now we are not using the JavaScript. That's why I cannot show you example. When I will use JavaScript, I will surely show you example where the same two IDs having same two element different element having the same ID, how it gives us error in JavaScript, not in HTML. Okay, so IDs are unique, and we can define class to the same two different HTML elements. Okay, mainly these IDs and class are used to define the property of a particular element. We are using the class and ID to define the property of a CSS, mainly the CSS property of a particular HTML element. So let's go to the next part. Ways to add CSS. For example, in yesterday class, some of you are sir, your screen is not visible. Would not clear. Okay, sorry, it's now visible. Okay, okay, okay. So where I was, yes, ways to add CSS. So in yesterday class, some of are telling to add color to that table and changing the text color. So let's start to changing the text color. So let's comment this. We'll use only one. That first hello. So in three ways we can add CSS. First we'll come to inline CSS. You have to define a attribute called style. Okay, you have to define an attribute called style equals to, then you have to define the property name. Which property you want to change? I want to change the color. I want to change the color to which color? For example, I will change it to cyan. Okay, I want to change the color of this hello to cyan. Before this, what was the color? That was, sorry, by default it is black. So when I will change the color, add the style equals to color to cyan. See, the color changed to cyan. Okay. So this is the first way to add CSS. This is called the inline CSS. Okay. Then we go to embedded CSS. Yes, embedded CSS or internal CSS, I will say. Inside that, in that we have to uh, add a style tag. You have to add a style tag inside the head tag. Okay, inside the head tag only we will define the style tag. If we define the style tag in body, it can cause errors. So please use the style tag inside the head for the better coding use. Okay, so you will define the, okay, let's move this. Okay, I will add as a comment that style equals to color cyan for your reference. Then here I want to change the color of which element? This element. What is the name of this element? What is the name of the tag? I will say h1 tag. So h1 tag, and for the h1 tag I want to change the which color? Text color. So color equals to, let's say it is red. Okay, let's say change to red. Change to red. Easy. So this was which method? The internal method or embedded method. Okay, embedded method uses style tag, but the inline method uses style attribute. Okay, but someone may question that I am changing the color of h1 tag to red. So if I am writing any other h1, for example hello, then comes a word. Okay, so that color will be changed. Obviously, that color will be changed because we are changing the property of which tag? H1 tag. But if we want to change the property of only this part, only this one, then we have to add some specific attribute called these as a specific attribute called class or ID. For example, I want to add the uh, for example, the class name is danger. Okay, so the class name is danger. So I want to change the color of the each HTML element to red color, whose class name is danger. Okay, whose class name is danger. Okay, so I will do what now. This is only h1, then the curly braces. Okay, h1 is a particular element, that's why we are easily catching. But here danger is a class. So to select a class, here you are selecting a tag or element. Here we are selecting a class. So to select a class, we can use the dot, then the class name danger. Okay, then we are changing the color to red. Okay, I will comment this. For each class that are referred danger, declared danger, the color will be red. So now the first one is red, but the second was is black. Why? Because class, only the class, only the tag that is defined inside the class danger is this, not this. If I will add the class danger to this, then this will also become red. Understood? Okay. Then, hmm, then comes the ID. Okay. Then comes the how to select a ID. For selecting a ID, we'll use, for example, I want to select this one only. Okay, this one only, not this one. I want to change the color of the text whose ID is one. ID name is one. Okay, so as the class, we are selecting the class by dot operator. We can select the ID by hash. You can select the ID by hash. Then comes the one. Okay, then the color will change to for example, we'll change the color for one, and we'll change to yellow, I think. Okay, so the ID having one will only change to yellow. See, it's working. Okay, so this way of adding CSS is called internal CSS or embedded CSS. Then after we can add CSS. Another way of adding CSS is the external. And external way is mostly used nowadays in IT. When you work in a live project or something, you will always using external CSS. So because we don't want to see, if I will write this much of CSS for these 2 3 line of code, see, if I am developing a whole project, how long it will be. Okay, so these CSS will be looking clumsy inside my code. So I want this CSS to remain at a outside, at a file which is present outside. So what I'll do now, I'll create, I will create, uh, sorry, I will create a file called style.css. 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 And inside the style.css, we'll write all the styles that are defined. The same style. For example, this one. Okay, I write the same style. For the ID value of one, whose ID is one, we'll change the color to yellow. Okay, and we have to link it now. This is a different file. This is a different file. So you have to link it. How we'll link it? By using the link tag. Link. Then we want to add CSS link. See, I am using code editor, so it is showing me so much of suggestions. Okay. That's why I suggest you to use code editors. See, link colon CSS, this one. Then I am adding this. Okay, this is added, and yes, it is linked. So see, the ID having yellow color, each id having the value 1 will be changed to, if I'm changing this to for example blue. Okay, so let it change to blue. Okay, so we studied three ways of adding css: internal css, sorry, inline css, then the embedded css or internal css, then the external css. And remember one thing: the priority of the css is most first priority given to the inline css. Okay, first priority is given to inline css. For example, if I am here, what is it is showing blue color. Okay, if I will write here, you can write here na, style. I will write the external styles there and the inline style here. Style equals to color. I will say to blue violet. Okay. So what will happen? I already told you the inline CSS has high priority than the external CSS. Okay. The color change to the color that is defined in the inline attribute. Then comes after inline, the embedded priority is given to the embedded css. Then after embedded, the least priority is given to the external css. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next part. The next part is css selectors. I've already told you all these three things in the previous ppt. I will, and so once again, element selector. For example, I'll comment all these things. Oops. This is comment. Okay. Uh, After this, I want to. Yes. Let's. For now only, I am using the embedded CSS for your better understanding. Okay, but always try to use the internal CSS. Sorry, external CSS when you are working in any project. Okay. So let's define an element called paragraph tag. Okay, defining a paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph tag, I'll write some content. For example, lorem 34. Okay, I've written some random words, and for selecting the ID, I can for selecting an element, I can simply write the name of the element. For example, the name of the element is P. Okay, paragraph tag. So I want to change the color of the paragraph tag to P, then the curly braces. Okay, then the I want to change the color of this paragraph tag to, I'll say brown. Okay, so when I will render this, see, it is in brown. So this is called element selector. Then comes the I'll say then comes what? The ID selector. Let's select the ID. We'll provide the ID here. ID equals to 1. Okay. Then simply I'll comment this, and after this we'll select the hashtag, then 1. Okay. Then I want to change the color to, for example, golden. I want to change. Sorry, golden. Okay. You see the color change to golden. This is called ID selector. We are using hashtag for ID, and for simple element we are using the only the name of the tag, and then it's called class selector. We'll provide a class simply. So the class is for example test. Okay, the same class we are using, danger. Okay. So if you are using the danger tag, danger as the class name. So how will you select the that class name? Using the dot operator. Okay, dot, the class name is danger. So the color will change to red. Okay, see the color change to red. Fine. Then one is called group selector. For example, I need to any issues, right? Sir, can you please say the priority of the CSS selector? Okay. CSS selectors priority I have never checked. So let's check if I'm giving the ID is one. Okay, and it is also in danger. So uh, if the priority is given to ID, then it will go to gold. If the priority given to the class, then it will change to red. So let's see what happens. Change to golden. So the priority is given to the ID most probably. First the ID, then the class, and then I will say it will go to element. Okay. 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 Then comes huh. Then comes the group selector. For example, uh, I am using a paragraph tag. Here it is a paragraph tag, and after here I am also using h1 tag. Okay, h1 tag also I am generate some random texts. So I want to use the a common line of CSS for use for defining the property of h1 tag, paragraph tag and h1 tag. So what will I do? Simply I will use comma. Okay. For example, I want to use the paragraph tag and h1 tag, paragraph comma h1. Then I will write the CSS color equals to uh, cyan. Okay. See, this is the paragraph tag element, and this is the h1 tag element. Clear? Okay. Okay. So let's check another. The last one is the universal selector. Universal selector is a selector that if you are writing any CSS inside that selector, all the element will have the access to that selector. For example, I am star. Then this for universal selector we use this star. Okay. So star is used for star is the wildcard character used for this. Then I'll say the color is what blue. Okay, I'm defining all the color to blue. Okay, so no matter what, I'm using p tag, h1 tag, or any h3 tag. So I'm adding some random text. It will change to blue color. Understood? What is the use of universal selector? Okay. Simple. Then go to background property. This is a very important thing. If you want to set up the background, so how it will be done by these cases. For example, I want to let's using br tag. Uh, br tag. See, br tag is a used for new line character. It doesn't have any content. Okay. In the HTML session, I have told you, na, br tag is a tag that is used to provide the new line character. Okay. So let's go to some image. I'll say, for example, that bird image that we have used yesterday. Okay. I think the image is there. That's it. In the day one. Yes. I'll copy the image to day two. Okay. Same image I'll use to refer. So this is the image. Okay. The index. So I am commenting all these things. Is it visualize? Okay. For your reference, I am storing this. For example, I need to create a. We are working on the background. So, for example, let's give a create a div. Okay. Inside the div, I will write some random text, or I will say 150. Then it's some 150 words. Let's see. Yes, rewriting some 150 words. So what will you do? We'll simply add a background property to this. So which are all the background property? Background color. Okay. So if I want to use the background color, I will target this div. Okay. So I will write div, then the curly braces, then the background color is for example aquamarine. Okay. So let's see. Yes, it's working. So the background, we can change the background color to aquamarine by using the background color property. Okay. For example, I don't want any background color. Okay. I need a background image. Okay, background image. So background image, I'll provide the URL. What is the URL? It's inside the same path, same folder. So no need to change the path. This path we give is relative to the folder where the HTML file is there. Okay. So I'll provide the image here. So let's see what happens. See, this is a part of the image. Okay, the image resolution is too high for this website, so we'll reduce it. For reducing it, we have the height and the width property of this background. So we'll use the height and width. So I will use the height and the width of the background. No, that's the height and the width of the div, na. So that will not work. We'll have to simply uh, use the another property, that is said background size. Okay, background size. We want the background size to contain, only contain. For example, contain means the, see, this one, only the part that is coming inside the that part, only the image will be visible, and after that the repetition is there. So we would, if I don't want to get the repetition, what will I do? Simply same property, I will background repeat. I want so if I don't want to repeat the background, I can simply use background repeat. None is not a property. So background repeat x, I think so. So let's see what are the value available. Round space repeat x. No repeat. Sorry, I am using none. That is the no repeat. So no repeat will be there. See, only once it is coming. We want to repeat in x-axis only, not in y-axis. So the y-axis, how I will be running this. For example, see, if I want to repeat in y-axis only, so repeat x, it will repeat in only x-axis. Repeat y, only it will repeat the same image in the y-axis. See, these things are used in. You have played some Android games. Inside that games, you have seen the background is same background is coming after 1 hour. It is only repeating the background. Anyone have noticed it or not? I don't know. But the games on the many websites also same repeat the background, and it becomes an illusion for us. Okay, we thought it is a long background, but it is not. It is repeating only. Okay, if I give repeat only y, nothing will happen. Okay, because only y axis is full here, so no below part is div. We are inside the div, na. We're declaring all the property inside the div. So div is where? This is the div. Okay. So the y axis is not coming below it, so it is only that part. Okay. Let's see which all other properties are available. See, there are also many values also. Background size. In background size, see the content is there and cover is there. Auto is by default. Cover is there. What will cover do? Cover will whole cover change the resolution of the image and cover the whole part of the div. See, it is covering the whole part of the div by changing the resolutions. Okay, then which one? Background repeat, background image, height and width. You can set up the height and width of the image. So if I want to set up the height of this, for example, this is around I think 150 pixel. I want to change the height of this div to 100, let's say 50 pixel. Okay, what can I do? Height is, for example, 50 pixel. So it will squeeze. Okay, see, it is squeezing. And the you will see you will someone may question that the image is over and the text are overflowing. This is the property of HTML. If something is overflowing from that object, but if you see the div part is only this one. See, this is the div, but the text we are writing inside the div are overflowing from that object. See, here it is showing that it's overflowing or not. uh, okay, okay, that's okay. It is overflowing from this. So this is why the text is coming out of the div. This is the property of HTML. Okay, nothing else. Okay, then the next part will already cover the background property. Okay, any doubts? Let's see. We can break the line by line cut in paragraph. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go to the next slide. The CSS box mod. This is one of the most important part of CSS. You have to understand the thing. Let's go to the whiteboard. I'll go to a new page. Okay. So everything inside, for example, the paragraph element. Okay, we're writing paragraph element, then some lorem text. Okay, then the paragraph element stops. Closing tag. Okay, opening tag, closing tag. So the content that is visible on the website, for example, this one. Okay, we'll see something about about the developer tool options. These are useful for the website developer to check out the layout or CSS that are applying to or not. These are developer options for the HTML web developers. Okay, I personally prefer the Mozilla Firefox developer options because it has lot of options than the Google Chrome. Okay, and my personal favorite is Mozilla Firefox. You can use also Chrome. Chrome is also good. See, if you are checking the resolution, how much of the size is taking the div. See, here is the box mode. See, the first thing is written is the width. Second is the height. Remember we have changed the height to 50 pixel. This is why it is showing the 50 in pixel. Okay, and the width is 1424 pixel. Then this is the content part. Then it is wrapped within the padding, something padding. Then it is wrapped within border. Then it is wrapped within margin. So to define these things, see, every HTML element you are defining. For example, this lorem text I am writing now inside the paragraph tag. So the lorem text will be there. Okay, lorem text is there showing you. It is the content part. Okay, this is the content part I will say. Then comes the padding part. Padding part means the next part after the content is called the padding part. This is the padding part. Okay, padding part. This is the content part. Then comes the border part. Okay, we are defining borders. Okay, that thing is the border part. This is the border part. Then comes the outer part, that is the margin part. Okay, margin, border, this is the padding, then the content. So this is how the box modeler of the CSS is there. For every element, the model is there. For example, I'll create another div lorem 34. Okay. Oops. It is hmm, uh, overlapping. So let's remove the overlapping thing. Okay. So this is after this. Okay. After here, it is a div, and it is a div. For this div, it is showing the width as 1424 and height as 112. Then for this div, there is another box model which width is, it is visible or not, I am not sure. But right at the see at the corner, bottom right corner. Okay, 1424 is the width and 37 pixel is the height. For every CSS, for every HTML element, the box model is there, and in the same order. See, first the margin, then the border, then the padding, then the center part. This is the content part. Okay, so what? How this will help? For example, see, let's remove the this part. Let's remove these background things also. Now, for example, I want to change the margin. Margin means the outer part. Outer part, now. See, the outer part I want to change. So what will write? The margin part I want to change. So what margin I want to change? For example, margin is 100 pixel. Okay, I'm changing the margin to 100 pixel. See, 100 pixel of margin from the top, bottom, left, right. Okay, top, bottom, left, right. See, this is the very good visual representation of margin. Okay, the greenish part I will say. See the 100 pixel from top, bottom, left, right. Okay, then comes the, this is the outer margin. Okay, then comes the border. Okay, then comes the border. Border you will now not get into it, but only remember nothing is there. Just look at it. I will explain it later. Border, I'll give a solid border, solid 1 pixel, black. Sorry, solid black, 1 pixel ID. See, the border is there. It is visible. Any queries, guys? Okay. So please zoom the screen. Okay. Visible. See, the border is there, na? Then it is wrapped within the margin. Margin is the outer part. Then comes the border. Then if I want to increase the padding, padding is the part between the content and the border. So the this part will be increased if I give padding. See, if I give padding, same padding I will read 10 pixel from top, right, bottom, up. See the gap between this, the border and the content. Understood? What is the system? There is no alternate. Understood or not? What is margin? What is border? What is padding? And what is the content? So first comes the margin, then the border, then the uh, I'll say what is it? Padding, then the content. Okay. So if you want to change the padding to, I will say we're giving padding at both the sides now. But I want to give the padding only on the left side. So what will I write? Padding left. Simple, easy, 100 pixel. So only padding will be given on the left side. See, padding is given 100 pixel on the left side, visible. So if I want to give the padding only on the uh, right side, what will I write? Padding right. So padding will be given to right. See, on the right side, the padding is there. Similar to margin also. If I want to give the margin on the left side only, margin left 10 pixel, other will be, see, margin is only on the this side. Then the border comes, but here there is no margin. Okay, okay. Then the border part, then first the margin, then border, then padding, then the content. So if we are using, for example, I will say shorthand. Okay, I want to give margin top equals to 10 pixel, margin bottom equals to 9 pixel, margin right equals to this pixel. So we'll write how margin top, then margin bottom. Likewise, I'll write, but I have a shorthand property. What will I do? It will work in an anti-clockwise way. Okay, it will work in a, sir, if we want to insert an image using this padding border, how? Difference between cell padding and cell spacing. This is this in the table part. Okay, let me explain. Where is the, see, in the table, for example, this is the table. Okay, the content is there, data. The cell spacing refers to the, this is a cell and this is a cell. How these space is called cell spacing, and cell padding is the this part, this part where the data is enclosed within the cell. Okay, got the difference? What is cell padding and cell spacing? Cell spacing is the difference between the two cells, and cell padding is the difference between the content and the that cell itself. And another doubt was there. If we want to insert an image using the padding, how will do? Okay, we'll see. Let me complete this. If we want to give margin top equals to this, margin right equals to this, then margin bottom equals to this, we have to use a shorthand property. Okay, we have to use a shorthand property. This will work in a clockwise way. First the top value, then the right value. Okay, then the bottom part, then left value. Okay, first top, right, bottom, left. So for example, I want to give 100 pixel on the top, 10 pixel on the right, 50 pixel on bottom, and 20 pixel on left. Right, this way. Okay, same follows for the margin also. Okay, I am commenting this. Okay, uh, set. Okay, now it's correct. See, from top it is how many pixel? 100 pixel. See here the box model. Is it visible? No, it is not. Zooming also. See from this, it is 100 pixel. Then from right it is around 10 pixel. See, 10 pixel. Then from bottom it is around uh, 50 pixel, and from left side it is around 20 pixel. Right? It is visible. Okay. Then we go to same goes for the padding also. If you're doing the padding in the same way, we can write from the in the clockwise manner. Okay, first top, right, left, top, right, bottom, and left. Okay, then we'll go for CSS box model is ready. Yes, it's ready. Then comes the display property. This is very important property, display property. Uh, uh, in the previous class, we have read now what is the inline element, what is the block level element, what is the inline element. So, what was the answer? Span was a what? Span was a inline element and div was a block level element. So difference between the block level element and span inline element was the block level element takes the whole length of the viewport or the device. Okay, but the inline element only take the for example, it is a span. It will only take the space required for that text only. For example, if the text is this, so it will only take this much of space. But if we are using the block level element, if we are writing only apple also, so that this will take the whole. For example, I will show you. See you. See. Uh, okay. Yes. I'm using a div here. Okay. I'm writing apple. Writing apple. And I'm using another div. Sorry, I am using a span and I write apple. Same. Okay. Sorry, some CSS is there. That's why some issue. No problem. Okay. See, the I'm zooming it. The first element that is div. This is taking the whole width. Okay, whole width. But the span is taking only the that part only. Okay. Seeing the difference between the block level element and the inline element. Okay. So, the one thing I remember forgot to tell you, the margin, border, padding, these things are only applicable to the block level element. These are not applicable to the span element. For example, if I am writing this for span, I write margin left 100 pixel. For span, I will write. Okay, this is okay. So padding is not working out. Padding is sorry, margin left. Padding 100 pixel. Working. Let's check the span. Inline element, but inline element has no effect of padding and margin. Uh, let's check my code once again. Using the span. Okay. Don't know why it is not working, but it's not work like this. So let's forget. I will tell you why it is not working. Okay. Okay. So the difference between the inline element, you know, inline element is takes only that space, but the block level element takes the whole space. Okay. So if I want to change the property, that display property, the display block and display on inline, the block level element has the display block property and inline element has the display inline property. Okay. So if I want to change the property, this div's property into inline property, I will change the div to display inline. Okay, display inline. See, now they are coming side by side because it is not taking the whole width. It is taking the simple that width that is necessary for that text. Similarly, if I write just for the span, if I write uh, display block. Okay, I'm writing display block. So see, it coming to a new line because it want to take the whole width. Na, see, it is span. It is the second one is span, first one is div, but it is taking the whole width instead of taking the exact length of that word. Okay, so this is why the display properties are important, and there is another property display inline display block, display inline block. I told you now, the margin and padding are not working in the inline element. So if I want to get the inline state also, and we want to change we want to get the inline display option, then and we also want to change the margin and border also, we can give display block. Okay, we can use display inline block. Then after this we can easily give any margin or padding to, see, it is given 10 pixel upper, down, top, bottom, left, right. Okay, okay. So this another property is the display, I think, none. Obviously from the name itself it is suggesting that it will vanish the object. For example, I want to display none, that's span. Okay, I want to display none. See, the span is not there. Okay, the span is not there, only the div part is there. This is the div, na? This is the div. The span part is not there. But if you inspect, the span is there, but the property is C. What is the property? Display none. Okay, so it is not showing. But if we want to show, it is not showing. Okay, uh, display none, and another thing is the visibility none. And display none and visibility none, these are, it is an interview question. Interview may ask you that what's the difference between the display none and visibility none. So visibility none, तो उसमें तो in that part the display none will completely erases that uh, element. It will completely erase the element from that web page. But this visibility none will only change the visibility to none, but the element will be there. For example, like this, if here after this apple nothing is there, nothing is coming. If I'm going to bottom also, see, nothing is highlighting. So if I change the property to, I will not change this, I write the property as visibility, visibility, visibility none, I said, sorry, visibility hidden. See, if I write visibility hidden, the part is there. See, it is showing that it is here, but it is no, not showing. But in the display none, the whole thing will be removed from that web page. Okay, got the point? What is the difference between the display none and visibility hidden? Okay, so let's move further. Then comes the display property, then the text property. Okay, what are the text property that are here? For example, uh, let's remove all these. Will not remove, comment this part. Set. Yes. And this part also. I'll remove the this part. And write a paragraph tag which will consist of 40 to 50 words, lorem 40. Then I want to make this text underline. What is the way of doing this? I can use an underline tag also, but I can use the CSS property also. How to use CSS property? I'll trigger the paragraph tag. So I'll trigger that. I'll select that. Simply it is a tag. So P, then curly braces. And after this, what I will write? color, sorry, color, text, uh, what was the property name? I forgot. Text decoration. Text decoration. How to decorate it? For example, I want a underline. Okay, I want a underline. See, the text is underlined. If I want to change this to, let's see the other option. For example, dashed. So in a dashed way, uh, text decoration dashed. So it needs border. That's why it is not showing. No problem. We'll get this by another way. We'll use the line through. Seen in WhatsApp message now, the single line is get through the message. See, like this. A single line is get through the message. This is line through. Then we can explore other option also. You can get to, for example, wavy kind of wave will be there. Is it's showing only the border part. I have to use border. We have not these border. Get into it. No problem. Any other line through double. We use dotted. So it needs a border, and to get into border part to see these things. So no problem. Text decoration underline. Okay. So okay. Also example. See, same side, request side. Here, whenever I am going in the this link, live score link. Okay, it is not. It is simply showing this. Then after this, redirect into another page. But when I will declare a link, how to declare a link? Anchor tag. Anchor tag href will be any page. See, href is null. Where is the anchor tag? Sorry, I forgot to write anything between them. Click me. Okay. See, our link is showing an underline below that link, but in the reverse side there is no underline on that link. How to do it? Simply we have to remove the underline. So you have to remove the text decoration. How to remove it? We can change the text decoration to what? None. So for anchor tag, it is the anchor tag, na? It is showing the click me anchor tag. So for the anchor tag, we will do text decoration none. Okay. See, the underline is removed. Okay. So uh, for example, let's try another thing. It is not in your notes. See, I when I will hover on this link, the link will change to any other color. Okay. For example, it is now in purple. I think it will change to any other color. For example, blue. It will change. Okay. So what can I do? When it is hovering, I will change the color. So what I will do? I will simply change the what is it anchor tag. Then I will write a colon. It defines the event that will be happening. What the happening event will be happening? Over event. Okay. Over event. It means when we are hovering over a anchor tag, then which property you want. For example, I want to change the color to cyan. Okay. Change the color to cyan. See, when I am hovering over it, the color is changing to cyan. Interesting? Okay. Okay. So let's check. Then after this, where we are? Text decoration. Then the part comes the text align. Then the part comes text align. In the text align, what will we do? We will simply uh, align the text in the Word document. centered text align center, text align right, text align left, text align justify. We have done in the Word document. Now we'll do with the code. See, the paragraph tag we have written is showing the content by default. Okay, by default. I want to center this. How will I center this? I simply use the text align property. How will I use in the paragraph tag? I will write text align center. When I write this, see the text is center aligned. Okay, the text is center aligned. If I want to align this text align right, see the text is right aligned. If I want to change the text align to justify, text align justify. Okay, it is not showing any differences because it has only two lines. Simple. Okay, so this is the text line method. Then comes the text transform. For example, I want to change the all the text are in which case, lowercase. Okay, I want to change this to uppercase. What will I write? Text transform, for example, uppercase. Okay, see, all the text are converted to uppercase. I am not writing. I have written the small letters, small case letters, but it is by the property of the CSS text transform uppercase. The all the letters are converted to uppercase by itself. Okay. Then comes font family. Which font family we want to use? Do you know what is the name of the font that is showing now? Anyone knows? Any guesses? You can use center tag in HTML. Obviously, you can use center tag in HTML, but the center tag is depreciated nowadays. It is not recommended to use. You can obviously use a center tag. See, it is in red color. It's showing red color because in some system it may not work, but it will work in my system. No problem. If I'm writing lorem 50, okay. See, it is center line, but text align center will be much better way to center the text, not using the center tag. Understood? The I was where the font family of the what of the default font family is the which one? Times New Roman. Okay, the Times New Roman is the default font family. If we want to change this font family, then we will write. We want to change the font of the whole text. So what will you use? The universal selector. And the universal selector will write font family is C. Name of the fonts that are coming. For example, C. This one. These are many fonts that are given, but the priority is given to the first one. So one can ask why many fonts are given. In many system, the this particular font will not be cannot be there. All can the same font will be present in all the system. It is not possible. In some system, this font cannot be there. So if it is not there, then the this font. If the Sejoy font is not there, then the Tahoma font will be used. If the Tahoma is not there, then the Geneva, then the Verden, then the sans serif. And this is the sans serif font. It will be uh, uh, it, this is the common font that is I think this is the font which is present everywhere. This is because it is on the last. If any of the font is not there, then the sans serif font will work. Okay, now you will check the difference in the text. See, is showing this. See, so the font is changed now. Okay, so how to change the font? We have to change the font family. See, Okay, then the font family is there. Then list style type. Okay. In the yesterday class, someone telling we can change the style type to that round one to round bullet to any other triangle, square, rectangle. Oh, much all the rectangle is not there. Means all the shapes by using HTML. But what I told you, we can change the that list style type using the CSS, and it is also appreciated if we change the color, change that list type using CSS. For example, I will declare a another list here. Okay, another list, and this list will contain test one, then another test two. Okay, test one and test two, and after this, let's see how it is showing in one way. Okay, it is showing the round. If I change to I have to change the unordered list. That list style. Okay. So I have to select the unordered list. Then I have to change the list style type. I want to change into circle, decimal, Georgian, all the options are there. If I want to change into square, okay. See, it is changing to square. I want to change into, for example, Armenian. Let's see. See, it is one kind of font. If I want to change into another, for example, decimal, see, it is 1, 2, 3. If any other rounded circle, I think, any other square symbol, Georgian, see, it is there. So you can change the list style type. Okay, but for now only we can will return to the circle itself. Okay, this look fine. So next part is the CSS flexbox. It is uh, a better way to define the layout of a website. It is a much better way to define the layout of a website. For example, uh, I will say I want to see here it is a card, it is a card. Then after this, 1 second. Sorry for the disturbance. Yes. Uh, where we were? Yes. Uh, in the CSS platforms, yes. It is a better way to define the layout of our website. For example, this that was website only. See, we need a content, we need a card here. Then after we need a card here. These are called its card. Okay. Then we need a card here. Then we need a card here. For example, we need four cards. Okay. We need four cards that will be shown in our website. So if I will write, will do four card, for example, like this. Let's make four type of card mean four boxes. Okay, four boxes. How will I define div? Because this is a this is the parent container, the whole one. Then inside that parent container, there is a small card. Then here is a small card. Here is a small card. Okay. So what I will write. Inside a div, there is another div. Okay, let's give a class name to this. It is the outer one, so I will give the name as container. Okay, container, container class. Container is mainly defined as the outer box that is in the web page. So then inside that, I will give a, for example, another div I will create in the box. I will create that will have. Okay, let's go to border first, because if border is not here, then you cannot get these things. Let's go to border, then we'll come to flexbox. Because to show you the working of the flexbox, you need to know the border part. Okay, let's define a div. Okay, the div will and some text, random text. So I want to give a border to this. So how will give a border to this? I will, uh, as I am giving the margin, as I am giving the padding. How margin equals to this, padding equals to this. So for the border, a little difference is there. For the div part, I want to give a but border. So let's comment all this div, and inside the div I want to border. So first you have to define the border style. Okay, how you will define the border style? Border style equals to, I will give a solid border. I want to give a solid border. Then you have to define the border color. I need a blue border, blue color border. See. Then I need to define the border width. Okay, border width equals to, let's say 12 pixel. Okay, 12 pixel is very thick. I'll give 3 pixel. Okay, these are the three necessary things to have a border. What is the border style, border color, and border width? Okay, can we use A B C D in another list? Can you use A B C D in another list? Let's check. This will be there another lists. This is the okay. So in the unordered list, let's see any other properties there or not. Okay. List style type alphabet. Let's see. Georgian, Amrian, square, symbols, inherit itself. Upper Latin. You can give alpha, yes, upper alpha. I think it will work. See, I can give alpha A, B, C, D. Okay, clear? We can also give, I think, also lower alpha. Yes, we can give also lower alpha. So small ABCD will do. Okay, so now let's, we can go to which part? Yes, border. I was checking now. Yes, border. So border. Yes, it's the div. Okay, see what we have defined. All the three things that are necessary for border: border style, border color, and border width. If anything is also missing, any one is also missing, it is not work. Okay, so style, color, and width. So it is little clumsy in order, because we have to define the style, color, width. So the CSS is also a sort and property, in which first we define the border style, for example solid. Then I need to define the border color, for example blue. Then the border width, for example 2 pixel. I can remove all these. Okay, then I can check this. See, it is working. First one is the border style, then the border color, then the border width. Here I can also give the any other type, for example dash border. See, the border is dashed. I can give the, what are the other border types available? I forgot. Let's check what are the other border types. Border style. See, these are the border types: groove, dotted, dash, double, solid, ridge. For example, let's ridge. Let's see how it works. It is not many difference. It's looking like same. Okay. Then if we want to change this to dotted, see. Okay. So this is the border we want to give. Okay. How the border is given? Border, then the border style, then the border color, then the border width. Fine. One thing I forget. Border radius is also there. In many websites, you have seen the corner points. The corner points are curved in manner. So how to give the curve effect? So we can use the border is curved. So it is a radius. Radius. Border radius. We want to give how many percent? For example, 10%. Okay. See a little bit of curve. Okay. If I'll give more curve, then it will give more. For example, 20%. See, the curve is more. If I give up to 50%, you can see the curve is on. This is a rectangle, na? So it is showing like this. If you use a square, then it will give a proper uh, round shape. Okay, circle type of shape. Then the border is clear. Then we go to any doubts. Okay, no doubt. We can go to the next part, that is the CSS flexbox. Awesome. Okay. So in the flexbox part, uh, the content is there. First, we'll define a content. Let's go to the whiteboard for the better clarification. Okay. So if I want to design a web page, sorry. Okay. These web page will have small cards of here one card, then here one card, here one card. So the best way to do is the flex box. For example, in the navigation bar also. In the navigation bar, how it is written? See, in the navigation bar of any websites, this Canva also. See, the first this is there, then this, then this, then this. So these are defined in the flex box. Okay. So to define in the flex box, yes. So the defining flex box, we have to write display flex. Where it is, we have to write first display flex. For that thing, I'll explain you better. See, this is the container, parent container. Okay, this is the parent container one to discuss. And this parent container will have the property of display flex. The parent container, not the child. These are the childs of the container. Okay, if the parent is the display flex property, then child will behave as the flex box. Okay, so child will behave as a flex box, then we can define easily. So how we will write? For example, see, this is the container we are writing now. And inside the container, there will be different dips. For example, let's create an interface like this. Okay, the top part will have a cyan color. Okay, top part will have a cyan color. Then this part will have a card at the middle, then a card, and then a card, and all card will be middle at the web page. Okay, the upper part is a navigation bar which will not have nothing but a background color of cyan. Then the uh, cards will be there. Okay, so how will you do this? First we have to make the upper part cyan. So first we have to define a div. Okay, in that div, uh, for example, in for that div, we need to color that to which color? Cyan color. For cyan color, I'll remove all this. Okay, comment slash. It's not working. Okay, sorry for this. It is not working. Slash. Okay. What to write? The div first for the div. Then this div will be a color of background color cyan. Okay, background color of cyan, and it will have a width of, what will be the width? Width will be uh, the whole viewport width will be so 100 BW. Then BW is a viewport width. Viewport width. If you write 50 viewport 50 BW, the 50% of the viewport width will be there. If you're writing 100% of the viewport width will be there. Then we can go to the height part. What will be the height? The height will around 100 pixel. No, 100. Will be too much less. 200 pixel. So let's see. Oops. I think two dips are there. That's why. Yes, yes, two dips are there. So we have to give a class. Class equals to what? It is a navigation bar. So we can give an nav. So only this part will be appended to that class. And for that class, we can use dot operator dot what? That nav class. Okay. See, is there? Then after this, what we have designed? We have to design three cards in between them, and these will be centered. The problem is that if you are defining any other divs in between them, div what? For example, card one, then other two divs. This card two and card three. The problem is that div is a what? Doc level element. So obviously this will come line after line. First line, second line, then third line. If you are using flexbox only simply, you have to use flexbox. So what will you do? We do the flexbox on the outer part. I told you na. You have to use the flexbox on the outer part on the container. Display flex with right. So what we write? Sorry. Mm, the container part. So the dot container, then display flex. Okay. See, now it is coming one after another, but this is not our desired what desired result. We want a bigger height, bigger width. Okay, so let's give them any class name. Class equals to, let's say it is a card na? So let's give a class name of card. Okay, card, then card, then card. Okay, card, then card, then after this, so what will we do? Ah, then we have to create the card. We have to increase the card's height and card width. Yes, na. So, how will it work? You have to do this by using a class selector. Oh, we'll select dot, then card. Simply. Then we have to increase the height. Height equals to, I'll say 200 pixel. Okay, height equals to 200 pixel. Then the width equals to, I'll say 200 pixel is the height. Let's increase the height to 400, no, 300 pixel. Then increase the width up to 180 pixel. Okay, see, the card is increased, but we are not seeing it. So to see that part, we need to visualize. So to visualize, we will provide a border to this. Okay. So to provide border, anyone having any doubt? I think yes. First of the page on the upper part, there will be a navigation bar. Then the div part. Inside the div part, is there any many section? Can you use it a flex grid or flex? You have to use it in the display flex now. I'm teaching that in this part now, flex part only. So we'll use display flex in it. Inside the outer div, we'll use the display flex part. Okay, we'll change the property to display flex. Display flex is there. Then we are defining the property of the card. Then we have to define a border. Na border. How we'll define the border? First the border style, then the border color. For example, I need a black color border. Then I have to specify the pixel width, thickness of that border. See, now it is visible. I need to what? I need a but my interface is not looking like this. It is having some space after the navigation bar. So for the navigation bar space, I can give a margin after the margin bottom on the navigation bar. Then the automatically the container will come down. Margin bottom equals to 100 pixel. See, it come down. Then I have to work on this. So how I will work on this? I will simply, there is a property called justify content. How we are going to justify the content? We want to justify the content. If I want to center it, justify content center, all the things will be centered. See, centered. Okay, but we don't need like this. We want some space between them. So what will write? Justify content space around or between. If I write between, see, the space is only between, but we are not. This is not our desired result. So the space is around. Now this is kind of the interface or layout we are asking to design. Okay, kind of design we have made using the flexbox. So what we have done? We have done a container, and inside the container, which are the things we are going to display? We are writing inside it, and after that, we are displaying that we are changing the property of the container to display flex, and how we are going to um, show the things inside the container, all the things inside, all the element inside the container. How we are going to show it? We are showing it in, using the justify content. The justify content equals to space around. So space will be around. See, some space are around now, and some between also. If we are using space evenly also is there. So the space will be distributed evenly. See, this space is equal to this is equal to this. Understood? So we have designed a interface like this. So this is a basic layout of a website. You can also design like this. Okay, no problem in it. This is done using the CSS flexbox. Okay, CSS flexbox is also very much powerful. Okay, then some other property of flex I need to change. For example, we have display flex we have discussed, justify content also discussed. Then we need to discuss the flex direction. Here, what is the flex direction? It is row or column. Column. See, the flex direction is row, but we sorry, flex direction is column by default. I need to change the flex direction to which one? Hmm. I need to change the flex direction to, if I need to change the flex direction to vertically, it is horizontally na. If I need to change the flex direction to vertically, so what will I do? And can get the flex direction, can change this to row. Sorry, I can change this to column. Okay, why it is not showing? Column. Okay. See, first one, then this. Understood? You can change the direction. Okay. Anyone having any doubts? Sir, can I get the live session video in the channel for our reference? The live session video. You can ask the company to know about it. Okay. So let's go to the next part, which is the next part, FlexWrap. For example, FlexWrap will be used when I'll provide more width. More, for example, these are only three divs now. Only three parts are there. Let's remove this FlexWrap column. See, only three parts are there. If I will provide 10 parts, will it concede? It will not. It will exceed and overflow. So if I will give more divs, so I need what? After this one is getting exceeded, I need to display the display this card on the next line. On the next line. So it is doing what? Wrapping. Okay. So the property name will be flex wrap. How the name says. So what will I use? Flex wrap. Flex wrap goes to wrap. So see, after using flex wrap, when it is exceeding the size, it will automatically come down to the below row. Okay, so this is the use of flex wrap. Understood? These are the small components, and you have to know these components. After using these components only, you can develop a very good UI UX website also. Uh, for example, I'll show you a website designed by me only for my for our college cafeteria. See, I've hosted it also by using simply these CSS property only, not using any other properties. Only these properties. I can use a this kind of. I can create this kind of UI by using these only small properties. These properties, not any other property. Okay. One another website also. Uh, Wonderful. This website also made by me. See, these options. These are only you. These things are only made by these CSS components only. Only these CSS, nothing else. So you have to get it into these components very clearly. You have to have a clear mindset about these things. Then after you can easily develop many more websites as you want. Okay. Okay. Yes, wrap the content. I've wrapped it. Then uh, after this, uh, where we are? Align items. Align items is used to vertically center the element. For example, we need to vertically center also na. Not only horizontally, we need to vertically center also. So if I need to do this, I can use align items. It is a property also. Align items center. Vertically it is already centered, so no difference is there. If it is not centered vertically, it will be vertical center. For example, if I am doing this flex direction column, see, now it is vertically centered. Okay, getting the thing. Okay, so we'll get back to our previous one. This is fine for us, and remove some these also. Yes, many more clumsy. Okay, good. Then after this, the next one is the, I think, CSS grid. Yes. See, CSS grid and CSS flexbox. These two things are complementary to each other. You can use either grid property, either you can use the flexbox property. So it depends on you only. if you are using compatible with grid, you can go for CSS grid. If you are using for if you are compatible with CSS flexbox, you can go to flexbox. But if anyone is having any knowledge about the Bootstrap framework, the Bootstrap framework is mainly based on the CSS grid property, and it also works very well. Bootstrap is a framework of CSS only, nothing else. If you want to get into Bootstrap, then CSS grid is important for you. Okay, same thing. What will you do? We'll define a container. Same like this is also na. You have to define grid. So you have to define a what container. Div dot container. This is a shorthand property of VS Code. I will say div then dot then then the class name container, the class name, then the enter. It will automatically define a class equals to container. Okay. So this is the container. Container is defined. Okay. So let's the navigation bar be there. We need to play with these things. So dot container is a class, so you have to use dot container. Okay. Then after this, what I have to use? In that case, flexbox we are using display flex. So obviously here you will use display. What? Grid. After using grid, the all the things that are inside the container class. For example, this is the container class now. All the things inside the container class will having some row, will have some column width. Okay. Will have some column width. For example, three are there. I need to define the column width of these three to do it. So for example, I need to I need a CSS grid. So this is the container, and these are the cards that are here. So first I will define a container. A container's CSS will be display but grid. Okay, then I need to define the size of these grids also, or it will not be there. So for that part, we want to use another property, grid template column. Here it is. Where is the see display grid is the property. Then comes the grid template column. What it will do? Grid template column will define the size of each boxes that are inside the container. For example, this is a container. Inside that, we'll have a div dot card. Sorry. Okay, div dot card. Right? Card of card one. Then let's define four cards. I will be clumsy. Card one, card two, card three, card four. Okay. Card one, card two, card three, card. It is showing how normally. Okay. But if I need to change the display property, how to change display grid? I have already done. Then I need to change use the grid template column property. Grid template column property to define the size of each column. Okay. For example, there are four cards now. I need to have the first column, first card is 100 pixel. Let's the next card have the 200 pixel. Then the next card have 100 pixel. Then the next card have 200 pixel. Let this is with the layout I am going to do. First will be 100 pixel, then 200, then 100, then 200. Then we need to provide a card border also for the visualization. So how to get the border? Border. First the border style. What is the border style? Solid. Then the color black. Then 2 pixel. The length of the thickness of the border. Okay. Okay. Then the grid template column will define the size of the length of the or the width of the each column. So first the 100, 200, 100, 200. See, first one is 100 pixel, second one is 200, then 100, then 200. Understood? So if you want to have some what, gap kind of row gap column. For example, you want to give a column gap of here it is what? See, here it is. Means one after another is coming. You want to give a column gap of 10 pixel. See, for each column there is a gap of 10 pixels. Okay. Then, for example, I need to uh, first the card will take 100 pixel, then the 200, then 100, then everything is there. Then everything means the rest part is there. I want to give it, so I'll give you auto. See, first is the 100, 200, then 100, then the last one, the rest part what is there inside the same row, it will give you to understand. So if I need to declare equal cards of equal width, four card of equal width, what will I do? I'll change all the things to auto, 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 and auto. See, now all the cards are of equal. I need to just have a card, sorry, height to have a better visualization. 300 pixel. I'll give. See, fine. If I need to have 5, so what will I do? I'll give another card, for example, card 5. But there is only 4 are there. So what will I do? What will the CSS do? The CSS will automatically wrap the another card behind the below the same. See, understood? But if I need 5, so I'll simply write another auto here. So all the 5 will be inside the same row, and the width will be divided equally between them. Understood? Then grid template row. For example, you need to declare the rows length also. This is the column length now. For example, you need to have the grid template rows. Rows means the length, the height of the column. For example, I need 100 pixel height of each column. Each that was 100. Okay. Then, for example, justify content. Here is also justify content is there. Uh, justify content will not be shown in case of auto. If I am using 100 pixel, then 100 pixel. Anyone can tell me if I remove these two auto, only three are there. Three grid template column are there, but there are 5 cards. What will happen? First, the card will one will come, two will come, three will come, then four will come to the next row because we have defined only three sizes here. See, only three sizes we have defined. Okay, this see only define three. So that's why after each ending, the content is wrapped within that. Okay, content is wrapped within that. And if you want to center the things, how will you do? Justify content equals to center. See, it is center. Okay. Then some parts are there. Grid gap. I have already given the gap. Column gap, row gap. Okay. If you can want to give a row gap. For example, this is overlapping now. This is overlapping. After one, then four is there overlapping. So I need to give a row gap. Row gap equals to, for example, I need to same 10 pixel. See, there is a gap of 10 pixel. Now fine. Okay. We can also write grid equals to order. Yes, obviously. Okay, how will you give the effect when the components come in view and then render it in animation? See, animation part is a different thing. It says you have to take get into animation, deep dive into animation for on that thing. You can also write create equals to. I have used that animation, but I have not written that type of animation. You are telling me na that I have showed you that website. In that website, all the things are fading up, and these are only you have to use the components that are already there. You have to use only the component. You have to take the component. You have to use the component, and it will be done for you. I have not if I'll write and if I'll sit and write the animation for my huge small website only, then it will be a long time it will take to write these types of animation. So we can the animation are already there. You can simply take the reference, use it, embed in our website and use it simply to get the benefit from that code. This is also called the code reusability. Na? Okay, so I think there is one part left, that is the CSS media query for using what um, responsive to create a responsive website. You need to have these CSS media queries. So what is the media queries will do? See, these CSS you have written, all the CSS, sorry, not you have, I have written. These CSS are applicable all the times. Okay. So, is there any condition like in this programming logic, if the length of the width is it is showing in websites now? It is sorry in desktop view. If I will view in my mobile, then the layout will be different. Everything will be different. So I have to design the mobile view once again. So why will I write it? I can use media queries to solve this issue. For example, in this card, this is a card whose length is height is how much? 300 pixel. Okay, this height is 300 pixel. We have written I think yes, card height is 300 pixel. We need to change the height to 100 pixel when the it is open in phone. In phone, if it is opening in a phone, the width of the device will be decrease or increase. Obviously, phone is a small device, obviously the width will decrease. So you can write some condition like this. Simply copying it. For example, a little indentation. Yes, indentation is not required, but I am giving for my code readability. It is better to give indentation. It will help you to debug your code. Okay, and in development, lots of error will come. You have to debug a error and go forward. If at any time you will stuck at a point, then you have to debug that error and you have to go further. Otherwise, you cannot develop anything. Okay, so these practice we have to make. For example, this is the media way, and media will only works on screen. This is the syntax, and max width when the width is up to 600 pixel. For example, less than what is the total width of my laptop? It is around 1400 pixel. When my width will decrease to 600 pixel, I need to change the CSS. So how will write inside this? I'll write my card. Sorry, I'll write my card when the width is up to 600 pixel, then the height of the card will be how much? 100 pixel. I told you na, 100 pixel. Normally it will be 300. When it will be inside up to 600 pixel, then the height will be 100. Let's see it is working or not. Now the height is 300 pixel. Okay, but when I'll decrease the height to 600 pixel, see now it is okay. Can you see the width? It is on my cursor. See the width. Okay. I am decreasing the width. When it will cross the 600, it will reach 600, the height will be decreases to 100 pixel. Now it is the car, each card height is 300 pixel. I have written the code. When it is equal to 600, max height equals to 600, the height of the card will be decreases to 100 pixel. Let's see. Now it is 700. It's okay. Now it is becoming 600, 601. Then I will, when I click one, see, when it is 600, the height is becoming 100%. So in these ways, we have to respond. So we have to make a responsive website, because nowadays the website are only open in phone now. So you have to design the website first according to the phone. Then we'll design the website according to the laptop. Okay. So the media queries are used for creating a responsive websites. Okay, I think we have covered a lot of parts about the CSS. It's I think it's time up for now. Sir, any reference for how to learn that? You can go to. I have used that. What that was my JS or something. I forgot. There is an external. You can search in Google also about it. I forget about it. You can see search about the animations. Once again, the media query, please. Okay, okay. See, this is the syntax of the media query. You have to write these things at the right media only screen, and here is the condition: max width equal to 600. So when the width is equals to 600 pixel, this particular CSS code will be applied to our website. When it is exceeding 600, then this code will not be applying. Then this particular code will not be applying. If other code is there, then it will be applying. So when the here when the yes, when my website width is increasing here to 628 pixel, it is showing the card length is equals to 300 pixel. But when it will reach to 600, suddenly it changes the height to 100 pixel. I have written, if the size is max width equals to 600 pixel, then the height will be equals to card height equal to 100 pixel. It's okay. Once again, W3 school Java point. Yes, you can refer from that. No, he's asking about the animation reference. Okay, animation reference. And W3 school Java point. It is also in for the CSS you can refer W3 school Java point, or I will tell you to refer the MDN reference. You know, MDN reference. These contain all the rules that are there. The W2C school and the Java point will not have all these, but this MDN reference will have all the CSS rules that are inside the CSS. You can apply this. You can refer this. Sir, you are not sending the class notes. Oh, sorry. Uh, I will send the codes and the class notes. I will send obviously to them. They will send the code to you and the notes to you. Okay. So I think we are up for now. Thank you. Any doubts? If anyone is having, you can ask. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. What else? So when task two of Octanet, I don't know about the tasks parts. You can ask the Octanet service provider to send them to you. I don't have any knowledge about that. No those things. Can I leave? Yes, yes. Obviously, sir, we try this in HackerRank. HackerRank is a competitive programming platform. Why will do the CSS part in that? Can you teach other units except pixels? Okay, okay. We are okay. Mansa, can you exceed some 5 more minutes? Or
Sure, sure.
okay. The someone is asking that can you teach other units except pixel? See, I am using pixel because it is constant. It is the length of pixel is constant everywhere. I am using pixel, that's why. But others, some of the other units that are present are, for example, rem. First go to viewport height. For example, I will give 100 VW. VW means viewport width. 100 VW means what is the width of your system. If my width is 1400 pixel, then that length will be equal to 1400 pixel. If I reduce to what? Uh, s- 50 VW, reduced to 50 VW, then this 50 VW will the 50% of my viewport width. For example, only the half of my viewport width will be that. Then if I give 75, obviously it will greater than the 50 and less than 100 will come up to here. Similarly, in the height case, if the height of the you have to assume the whole height of that of your system as the 100 vh, so 50 vh will fit half into your system, 20 vh will 25 will be one fourth, 20 will be one fifth. That's the same. Then the em comes, em yes. And em is the I think em equals to emphasized or something. Em in CSS. To search em in CSS. Em. Ah, it is 16. It is equal to 16 pixel. I am writing in pixel now. So if I writing one em, then it is equal to 16 pixel. Same thing. Nothing like 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. No problem. Okay. If you're writing 1 meter, then it is also fine. If you're writing 100 centimeter, it is also fine. Okay. And one thing comes that is REM. EM is called emphasized something. Then comes the REM, relative emphasis. It will change the size according to the parent size. For example, if you're writing a div here, okay, you're writing a div here, and inside you are writing a div. Okay, so if we're writing a div inside a parent div, so this is a child div. So this child div size, you are writing style equals to width equals to for example 3 rem. So these em will be relatively size to the size to the relatively decrease to the size of the parent size. If the parent size is 100, then it will relatively increase. If the parent size decreases to 50, then it will relatively decreases to that amount of that parent. So em is there, em equals to 16 pixel. Relative em is there, relative em changes its size according to the size of the parent. Then vw is there, vwbh. Vw stands for viewport width, viewport, and vh for viewport height. Then another is there, the pixel. Pixel is a basic unit of measurement. Okay, I hope you understand. Will you teach us about the frameworks? In 4 days, teaching you about the frameworks is very much difficult. Okay. Framework I have used the frameworks like Bootstrap, and then the Tailwind CSS. Okay, these are only the frameworks. These are only the CSS written inside it. The Bootstrap has the CSS written on inside it. You have to link it. For example, I need to have a text. I need to change the color of this card pipe to red. What are red? Color equals to red. But if I using Bootstrap, I can simply write text danger. So the color will be changed to red. This is the difference. No CSS required. Only you have to give the class name. Okay. These are the works of CSS. Works of these frameworks. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I think we shall wrap up now.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, Shubhranshu, and everybody who joined. I hope it was helpful to you guys. And we'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Thank you all.
Chalo, bye.